Is it me, or did you feel like you were watching softcore lesbian porn with a really happy ending?
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What,
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review, and it's actually going to be short because it's really not a whole lot to talk about, but it's the review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for the special edition. The birth it literally covered Joseline's birth. I don't know. It was kind of weird how this just popped up. Like, it didn't get the advertisement that you get for, like, when they were doing the weddings for people and different things like that. And she's a main character, so I don't really know why she didn't get a special hour for herself and have it actually advertised that way. It seemed a little unfair. You know what I mean? Because again, at the end of the day, Joseline is one of the main characters for the franchise. Period. She's the one everybody, as soon as you say Love and Hip Hop, everybody knows Joseline. You know what I mean? No matter which city, Joseline comes to mind. But whatever. But the thing was, I mean, there's really, like I said, not much to talk about. It was just a different look on Joseline. They just showed you a different side of Joseline. They showed you the more serious side of Joseline. They showed you that, I don't even know if they meant to do that, but they basically showed me that Joseline is more lesbian than she is bisexual. Because I don't know what they actually categorize her as, or what she categorizes herself as, but this whole situation seemed as Joseline comes across as a lesbian, period. Like, completely. I mean, the whole thing with her and Nikki baby in the bed and this, that, thing, and the other. Then you got the bride, the baby shower, and you wanted to have strippers, and it was just very lesbian thing, and I don't have a problem with it. Naturally, I don't have a problem with it, but I want to know what you guys' views were of that. Like, did it seem very strange to you, or did it seem strange at all? Because I really, besides the drama that comes along with Stevie J, I don't know that Stevie J actually makes Joseline happy. And from what I'm seeing here, she seems to be much happier with the feminine side of everything. It's like, it really seemed to me like Stevie J is just like, he got a big dick and I like it. And that's pretty much it. I don't know that she liked the idea of him so much. I think she seems the happiest that I've ever seen her, with having her baby and being surrounded with her girl toys and just pumping and doing what she do. Being, she was as ridiculous as she wants to be. She wasn't acting like a wild dog at all. So you didn't see any of that. There was none of that, none of that wild behavior that she has. You know what I mean? And that's the funny part. When she's dealing with men, you see her acting like a wild dog. When she's dealing with women, you actually see the soft Jasmine, the rational Jasmine. Why am I calling her Jasmine? Joseline. The rational Joseline. Joseline the person. She talked about her family. You got to see her brothers and sisters. That brother is a looker, honey, but them sisters is kind of rough. I said, woo. You could tell they all belong. But I just was kind of looking at them, and I said, damn, Kermit has a softer look than all them girls. All them girls. And he don't never need to flat iron his hair and stand up there with his sisters. Because, baby, you flat ironed your hair, and you was standing up there looking just as succulent, honey, and your sisters was looking like the pound. So I said, woo. But you can tell they're all related. But yeah, them sisters, they got a bit of a hard little look to them, honey. I don't mean Laffy Taffy hard, honey. I mean Salt Lake City hard taffy, honey. I was like, woo, Jesus. But anyway, so you got to see a little more of their family dynamic. You got to see they really went in deep and personal into the actual birth process and her going through the actual pains and the joys of, bringing a child into the world. So it was, all in all, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. I didn't need a whole hour of it. Now, I'll give you that. I could have did it in a half hour. Half hour of it would have been enough. It kind of drug on for me. The bridal shower was really, really extravagant. Those two fat bitches that did the party planning got on my nerves. They did a lot of backpedaling and pussy popping because one of them is a hoe and the other one is a supposed church girl, I guess. And child, when it all came out to it, I said, child, they both ain't shit. They got on my nerves. One was trying to, oh no, strippers, oh. And the other one was giving, yeah, girl, And then she's turning and giving, oh, sorry. I said, these two fat bitches ain't shit, honey. Them two got on my nerves. Too much fake for me. They remind me of the people at the church I go to. I ain't got them to do. And the one thing that did really get on my nerves with this is with the food. The whole stripper thing, that whole stripper thing was a mess. But, child, she had Mariah Lynn performing. Yeah, okay, girl. And we see Mama D. What in the fact, who got Mama D together with the dress? Mama D looked so sharp until she turned around and just had her bra on with this back out dress. That was some fuck shit. That was some fuck shit. And you know what, Mama D? You are too fucking old to have even allowed anybody to have you go out anywhere like that. It's because if you got a stylist, fire that bitch. But if you don't, you know better than that your motherfucking self. You too motherfucking old. And ain't nobody tell her, girl, take that bra off. Nobody said nothing. That was horrible. And that cake. Baby, that cake, I couldn't get with that cake. Now, I go for a lot of shit. I couldn't fuck with that cake. That cake, the cake with the naked woman on top, delivering the baby and the baby coming out of the pussy on the cake. And it was supposed to be like a it's supposed to look like a water birth, so it looked like it was in a pool of water at like gel there, so it looked like a water. Child, it looked funky, is what it came. It sound funky. The woman did a beautiful job because it came across, it looked funky, and it looked like it fucking stunk. I was like, I wasn't here for that cake. That cake looked like it stunk. It really did. That whole visual. I was like, that sounds like it smells. That looks like it smells. I was disgusted with that cake. That was ridiculous. I didn't like that. But other than that, everything else about the shower was, pretty A1. It was, everybody showed up. I mean, everybody showed up, and everybody really looked nice, and they looked like they really had a good time. But baby, I can't do the pussy cake and the I told you it was everything wrapped around the theme of coochie. Hey, it was a lesbian party. It was what it was. Anyway, all right, y'all. Moving on. Joseline and Stevie J cleared up all of their mess, and they actually got that whole thing together and said, we're just going to be Bonnie Bella's parents. That was really important, and that was great to see. So definitely don't want to leave that out. It was just all right. They could have did the special in a half hour. They should have gave her a half hour, shot her on over there and let her do her thing. Everything would have been all right. I'd have rather had an episode and had an extra half hour of Joseline afterwards or before. That's what I'd have preferred to see. I felt cheated on my Monday night Zhuzh. I really did. But it's all right, Joseline. Girl, you're worth it. Like I said, you're one of the main characters, girl. You make the show. So it just kind of is what it is. I'm happy for her. She looked very pretty in her, sitting in her confessionals with the hair parted in the middle. I said, girl, you better give me some Truth Hurts. That's what it reminded me of. Truth Hurts' hair was pretty. That was cool. And, that's it. I don't really have very much more to say about it. I don't regret that I watched it, but it ain't knocked my socks off. It was cool. I'm glad to see her. Baby's pretty as she can be. Bonnie Bella, honey, you're here, girl. All right, y'all. Later. We'll be back on track next Monday, honey. More drama next Monday. Bye, y'all.